computers, I want you to follow me to this. People throw things up there, they have ideas for lesson plans, they just put them up there. There's just a ton of stuff.
Free. We like free.
There are not 3,000. We need to fix that. Okay, so if you go to the main page, just click on IFLT or conversation. You'll see that the number of members is sadly only 2,872. But if you go right now and you try to join the group, I'm pretty sure we can get to 3,000 today. And then you'll have this community of people to support you as you go practice.
I just want to say about this group, I think Karen started this group, and some of us are moderators on it. And I don't have enough time to be on there as much as I would like, but I mentioned this group to workshops. Any training that I do, I mention this group, and I get emails from people that say, oh my gosh, I get so many fantastic ideas. It has completely revolutionized my teaching. Thank you for mentioning that group. So if you can only do one thing, join this group, and it's just all this community of people just like you that are learning to teach this your way, and they're passionate and they want to share and they're friendly and wonderful, and maybe you don't have that next door to you or in your department, or maybe you teach all by yourself. Here's a PLC, here's a professional learning community focused on language acquisition that's welcome for you, so join.
Okay, so we only have 2,000. Anyway, we have to approve it. The other advantage is that we're all on it. All of us, all 5 of us are on that page. So when you ask questions, if we don't get to them, there are other people can answer them, but you can't actually get all of us through by posting on that page. Okay, we want to kind of do an overview of the things that we missed that you're not going to be here for tomorrow, and then take questions. So that as you're starting to think about lesson planning and how to get started, you have some ideas for where to go and what to do. Questions, or do you want to do an overview?
Are there any questions? Because I know some people, you've come up all day and I've tried to spend time with you because you had like burning questions and you said, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. So here's your chance. What is it that you're just dying to know, you have a question on? Yes?
I have seen some of the TPR stories, and I love it because, like, what I've seen is when there's a problem, you go, like what you did, and I think that's what caught my attention to the TPR. You know, the teacher is also very dramatic, and the children love that when the teacher does that. So is that part of how you do it?
It's about, I think
It's problem solving. And I used to work at a Paideia school. I don't know if you're familiar with Paideia, but in Paideia you have to have a certain amount of your teaching has to be problem solving, project-based learning. This is a project. We are co-creating, we're problem solving, we're communicating constantly, whether it's with a reader or co-creating stories, and the students are generating a lot of that. So yeah, it's not just you being creative as the teacher, it's them too, and they don't get that in all of their classes. So,
Another thing I wanted to add is you were thinking, oh wow, if I can be a dramatic teacher, then my teaching would be effective. It's not like that. You need to find your own style. Some people probably just sit there, some people are going to talk softly, some people are using props and actors, some people might never get to that. So as long as your style, you are there, you have the presence, that will work.
My colleague Russell Ray taught with me, and he would sit on a roller chair with his feet up on the table telling stories. And that was his style. And the kids made they lingered on every word. So you don't have to be over the top dramatic and to engage your kids.
I teach adults, so when you're talking about being dramatic, and I think there's a different style of dramatic for elementary than there is for adults, but it works with adults and reading, works with adults, and it's about the language acquisition process. If you just keep yourself focused on that, the comprehensible input leads to language acquisition. So getting yourself into that place of I want to stay in the target language. We all shoot for 100%. ACTFL recommends 90%. Although we shoot for 100%, we don't make that all the time because part of making it comprehensible requires occasional translation. So somewhere between 90 and 100% is where we end up falling. But it needs to be comprehensible, but it also needs to be compelling. You saw 2 different lessons this morning. Was it compelling? Were you interested in it? There's a difference between what teachers think and what students think. And teachers think that they can go faster and they can add more. And students, how did you feel? When you were sitting in the Spanish class, could I have added a lot more words? Mandarin teachers, Mandarin speakers who were in the Spanish class, what do you think? Could I have added more words? How many of you feel ready to tell the story now? Like, I'm totally ready. There's the guy, and he grabs the chocolate, and he runs away. I could tell that in Spanish. Ready? No, raise your hand if you feel like you could. How many of you people, how do you feel if I told the story, or if you told the story, you'd understand it? That's not all of you? Really? Come on. Jack, agarra el chocolate. Jack, corre. Yes? All right, so you understand it, but most of you are not ready to tell it yet. Some of you are, but most of you aren't. The more input you get, the more the output starts to come naturally. So if you stay focused on providing that comprehensible input, does anybody remember a moment in either class when you thought, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on. I don't remember what that word means. Do you feel it? Okay, put yourself back in that place right now. Okay, I didn't remember what the word meant. Oh my gosh, I forgot, I'm the dumbest person in the room. Do you remember that thought? All right, how many of you, be honest, had that thought at least once? I don't remember what that word means. At least once. Okay, how many of you, keep your hands up. How many of you have the thought at least once, oh, I didn't know that word. Keep your hands up. Put your hand down if you didn't say anything. If you didn't understand and you said something, keep your hand up. Okay, so look around the room. We're adults and we're language teachers. And we didn't understand and we didn't say anything because we didn't want everyone to know how dumb we are, right? Now, come on. So, if it's little kids, if it's high schoolers, how likely are they to tell us that they don't understand? If we want to keep it comprehensible, we have to keep checking with them, keep making understanding, and making sure that they understand, and really keep ourselves in that place of students, what it feels like to be a student. Anytime you feel like, hey, I could add more information, I can go faster, they're all getting it. Try to remember what it felt like to be in that class. So, do you have a sign now for how they can tell you that they don't understand? Oh, I like this one. Yeah. This one. What was mine? Good. Anything to make sure that they are able to do 2 things. Make you slow down and make you define a word. Make sure that it's comprehensible. So keep putting yourself back in that place. That's why it's just so important not to think like a teacher, think like a student. What about lesson planning? Are you guys started? Are you ready on the first day to start? What are you going to teach? Got plans? Did you just panic? Anybody have specific questions? Tomorrow I'm doing backward planning if you're still here, and I'll talk about how to take all the materials that you have. For those of you who won't be here tomorrow, what materials are you leaving with? If you won't be here tomorrow, what do you have in your hand? The English Quixote, or the Spanish Quixote, or Isabella, or a book in Mandarin. What do you have? Show me. English. All right, so guess where all of the resources are for how to teach those books. There's an Isabella backward plan already done that's loaded in the archives on that page in the pink book. If you want to order more of them and do a class set, you can, or you can put it in a free volunteer reading library and let them read them, or you can just start reteaching the vocabulary until you figure out what you want to do. If you have the English one, we don't have it done yet. You're welcome to copy it. Other materials? how to work on whatever materials you have.
So for Chinese teachers, if you want to start and you don't have material, Dr. Patton already said that on the IgniteChinese.org website, those stories are tagged as novice, intermediate, and there's just a couple of advanced level. So pick up the easiest one, and you can start using those stories. Those are free materials for you. You don't have to say, oh, I need textbook, I need storybook. No, it's right there. Just pick one, demo it, try it. This is the best way to start.
Any other questions? Did you get to talk about assessment and answer that question? Assessment.
We didn't have a lot of time to talk about assessment, but we're going to talk more about assessment tomorrow. There are two words that I like to say about assessment. I think I got it from Steve Krasher. He used to tell that story about weighing the baby, is that right? That the baby doesn't grow any faster by weighing it more. Stop weighing the baby if you want the baby to grow. Feed the baby, which is basically trust the process. And I think the biggest problem is that we don't trust the process of language acquisition. And we want output before it can happen naturally. We don't give enough input. So when people say assess, 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 I say don't even begin to talk assessment until you've learned how to provide massive amounts of comprehensible input. So if you're providing tons of input, maybe what you should do is assess listening comprehension, assess reading comprehension, and don't even focus on the rest until we've learned how to give the input that's needed. And I think it works out really well. Suddenly, the students are getting enough input, they're giving output naturally. And it follows those proficiency guidelines. We see students producing language. It's not perfect. It's not perfect in their first language. You just have to trust the process. So the two words I like to say are, maybe we could do a repeat after me, even though it's not a good thing for language teaching. Assess less. Assess less. You're assessing every time you ask a question. You're assessing constantly when you communicate. When you communicate with students, you are engaging them and you're figuring out, are they understanding me? Can I add a little more? Can I go in this direction? Can I get... So give grades for that as much as possible. And yes, we have to do some formal assessment. But when we give proficiency-based assessments, when we look at measuring students' proficiency, those of us who teach with comprehensible input, our students outscore traditional students every time on what they can produce. And in terms of grammar, we're pretty much even, right? I mean, if not ahead, usually better. Yeah, so trust the process and don't stress too much. Assessment in foreign language teaching has changed a lot. And we have to remember that. Well, of course it has changed. As we say in Oklahoma, it wasn't working. So we've changed. So don't stress. Trust the process.
To piggyback on that, talking about the higher levels, if you have a vertically aligned CI quality program in place in your school where they are learning, they have the comprehensible input from day one when they walk into the novice class, by the time they get to that intermediate level or that teetering on the intermediate advanced level, it's the easiest job as an AP teacher if they have been in the CI program from the beginning. Because by the time they get there, they're already there. All you have to do is, it's just like the icing or the glitter. You just have to kind of polish it and it's really amazing. And I don't teach grammar explicitly. It's all just in the reading and starting from level 1 all the way up. And then so by the time they get there, I always tell my kids, I've been prepping you for this since you walked through my door in level 1. You just don't realize it. So, like he says, trust that process.
A lot of it is long sequences of instruction, and that's the beautiful thing that you're doing in your district. You are hammering out a really long sequence of instruction in multiple languages for kids. You're doing the right thing. Trust the process, that they grow gradually, and we celebrate that growth just like we do with children. in their first language. They're growing in that language, and if we keep it, we trust the process, we keep going, they all will become proficient in those languages to varying degrees. I mean, difference per person to person. But like Darcy students, they all pass AP. Everybody's passing AP because they're getting what they need for language acquisition, which is comprehensible input.
Okay, I want to go over a couple of links that I want to make sure that everyone has before we go, and then tell you what we're doing tomorrow. And also, I want a selfie of everyone in this room. Let me just turn around. Do an Ellen selfie. All right, so don't leave because you have to get a selfie. Quickly, fluencyfast.com is our website. If you click on online classes, you'll see that there are language classes. Is anybody in here now, do they want to learn Mandarin? So we have a video of a complete class. And you can find all the books that you have if you want to buy more on that site. Here is a website that you should be on a lot. It's sdkrashen.com. All of his articles he posts up there. They're also in IJFLT, which I'll have up here in a second. Jason told you about his website.
Oh, hold on. Those templates and things. Oh, go back. Go back. Those templates and things.
I'll go back.
It's right there. It's a wiki. That just means it's free. So if you go to where it says pages and files, you can download all kinds of stuff in Word and like lots of templates and storyboards and that kind of stuff. So play around with that.
The other site you want to go to is called IJFLT.org, the International Journal on Foreign Language Teaching. We all contribute articles to the teacher section and to the research section. It is current articles about language acquisition and language acquisition theory, and then practical articles. Sorry, I need to log in. All you have to do is put your name and email address in there so that you know when each edition comes out. It comes out twice a year. And then, that's IJFLT. And then I think I got them all. So I want to tell you what's going on tomorrow. Our first session tomorrow morning is with Jason Fritz doing TPR and classroom management. You want to say anything, Jason, about what you're doing tomorrow?
Just don't underestimate the power of TPR to create a classroom where things function and students listen and are engaged. Even if you're a high school teacher, TPR is powerful even for adults. And it creates an environment where language acquisition can happen easily because everyone's engaged, everybody's listening. So important.
Darcy Hibbins is doing a concurrent session, so from 8:30 to 10:15. She is also in IJFLT. It's all of her research on how she got to the advanced placement exam without teaching grammar using TPR storytelling and comprehensive input.
Well, it's just basically talking about what my classroom looks like from novice level all the way up to advanced placement exam class level. And what my students do and what I do to help them to have success and to be proficient and to increase their proficiency. Basically what I said earlier.
Those of you who aren't coming tomorrow, do you wish you were now?
Yes.
We'll be recording. We'll be recording.
Click on that article. Those are that's the article with the results. Hello. If you're not going to be here, read the article.
Definitely. I'm doing, then Jason is doing with Hayun home run stories that can't fail. If you're not sure how to start, I'll give you ideas for how to get some stories that they're always good. And then I'm doing backward planning. So if you're working from a reader, or if you're working from authentic materials, or any materials at all, I'll show you how to start. Lesson planning, how to start from the beginning. And I'll record that session if you're not here tomorrow.
If you're doing a language immersion, two-way immersion, and you're teaching academic content at the grade level, that's really valuable for you. How do you backward plan the concepts and vocabulary, the structures of language, so that that it's comprehensible and they get it. So if you're not going to be here, make sure you look that up as well.
So then Dr. Krashen speaking, doing the keynote at lunch. Jason's talking about culture and content after lunch. And I'm doing reading, how to teach reading in lots of different ways. And that the backward planning and the reading sessions are going to build up to things like this, and you'll be able to see a movie talk. Movie talk is how you use any video. It's a secret, it's a secret, it's a secret. Oh my gosh. Nope, sorry, it's a secret. How you use any video and are able to make it comprehensible by asking questions and doing the same techniques we did with storytelling during movie clip videos. All right, that's our tomorrow. And thank you. Don't leave me for my selfie. Here's Dr. Crosby.
All right, round